My two girls, I've got two daughters and a son. They're racing the other day, and one wins and one loses. Of course, there's a 5-year-old and a 3-year-old, right? So the 5-year-old's faster than the 3-year-old, and the 3-year-old goes, but I want to win. I said, then run faster. And they just looked at me and I said, losing is important. You have to lose in life. You learn way more in life when you lose than when you win, right? And rehabbing, it's like losing. It's like, dang, is it making any difference? It hurts. It hurts more when I rehab than when I don't.
Yes.
But the only way I get to be normal again is if I go through the valley.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Absolutely.
You know, when you think about the body, it's like this, right? The weak muscles going to have all more aches. You're going to have more pains. You're going to have the spine hurting, all these different things. And that, you know, I can tell you from my experience, I know it's true. You know, I happen to be aging. I don't know how that happens, but anyway, I am aging. So, you know, and so I have to, take care of Nelda. So how do you teach your children that internal motivation, you know, versus having to have all the external? I mean, how do you as a parent approach that?
I think two ways. And for me, you know, I was raised without a father. So for me, it was very dysfunctional. And for a long time in my life, I was extremely driven for the wrong reason. I was driven to get a coach to pay attention to me. I was driven to get a coach to say, well done. So when I talk about this need for affirmation, it's not because I want to point at people. I'm talking about myself. I've lived it. I've had more surgeries and rehabs and things, you know, than you want to mention. But I understand that unless I model it, they won't do it. I can tell them. But if they don't see me do what I say I was going to do, if they don't see me really work hard, now they'll go, Dad, we don't want you to work today. And I'll go, girls, I want to be with you, but I have to work. Why? And that's the teaching moment. And then they see me, there he goes, and he works. Or he said he will not work tomorrow, and then don't work. He's a man of his word. There's integrity. He made a commitment. Those are the moments. We think that teaching happens only when we go, oh, now I'm going to teach this, sit down in the classroom. No, it is every single action. And if we need to first, as parents, how ridiculous would it be to tell a son, don't smoke when you're standing with a cigarette in your hand, right? So how ridiculous is it to say, well, I want my child to have drive and aspirations and chase their dreams, and then they look at the parent and the parent's not doing it.
Right.
It will not be in the child. Well, no, they're going to learn it at school or their soccer coach. No, they're not. They're going to look at the parent. Well, they don't like me. They like their coach. They don't need to like you. They learn from you. As functional or dysfunctional as we are as parents, right? And what do we know? I mean, there's no handbook. We're learning. You're a mom. I mean, good night. And no two kids are alike.
Right.
But that's the fun of it, is they've got to see it in us. And the greatest thing you can do, Nelda, is get back up.
Yes.
Get back up.
Get back up.
Why? I don't want to. Doesn't matter. Get back up. You'll feel it later. You'll thank me later. You'll learn later. You know. And so my mom, when I was 9, I played a lot of chess when I was very young, and I never lost. And I'm not bragging, but it's just I love chess. Never had lost a game at 9 years old. We get in the car one day. She says, "Come, there's a chess tournament." I'm like, "Yes, let's go," because I'm gonna win. I know I'm gonna win. We show up. We play. I lose 5 games straight. I don't even make it through the first round, right? But I'm playing against 12-year-olds. She intentionally, my mother, now people go, that's so cruel. Hollywood, no, it's not. That's smart parenting. My mother enrolled me in a tournament for 12-year-olds, knowing I was going to get my butt kicked. I needed to lose. It was a horrific experience, but one of the greatest, right? Sometimes we've got to do the things that look painful. And we don't want to harm our children, but this notion of just make them comfortable, where the child sets the rules and the child runs the family, we're going to create a very, very dysfunctional society.